Hi, I am Tilan and today I have a question for you. Do you remember an all-new design that came to iPad in 2013? It was an iPad, thin, as pencil, and the first one with 64-bit processor Apple A7. It shipped with all new, very beautiful iOS 7, and sadly, after 5 years, we still have that same old iOS design. But that is set to change next year with iOS 13. I hope it will change. I think it was announced 1 month later after very popular iPhone 5s, which had Touch ID, but this iPad was stuck with old home button with that circle in the middle. You get the idea. I'm talking about iPad Air. I have been using this device for past 5 years, and is it still worth it? Or is it just a piece of trash? Watch that video to find out. iPad Air was one of the best tablets at that time, and also it was my start in Apple world. Without it, I would never have a MacBook Pro or even an Apple Watch or iPhone or any other Apple products. I really love that tablet, but it is old. But back then it was so good. I can't tell you how excited I was when I unboxed this box. I almost cried. It has a very beautiful display, but it is not laminate display, which is a huge downside if you ever use newer models. Because of that, it is almost impossible to use it in direct sunlight. You can't see anything on the screen. Interesting fact is that the resolution is the same as even on the iPad Pro 2017 with PPI of 264. That is quite a magical number at Apple. Every iPad has that PPI. But don't think even for a second that the display is as good as on 2017 models. It lacks IPS3 color gamut. Also, it doesn't have True Tone, which is quite good. Also, doesn't have support for HDR and Dolby Vision and much more. But the screen is not really a reason to say this device is bad or not worth using it. But the reason why this device is not worth it in 2018 is definitely a processor, so Apple A7. But not it alone, but the processor combined with iOS 11, which is a disaster. iPad Air is terribly slow, animations are very bad, and you can't do any serious work even if it is just writing a document. But things have changed. I am so glad that iOS 12 is right around the corner, because user experience is 5 times better on iOS 12 than iOS 11 on iPad Air. Everything is faster, and with iOS 12 you can write a document or take some notes, even browse some photos, or even send a text message. It is very smooth. Also, animations are like million times better. When you open an app switcher, there is no delay. It's almost like on the newest device. It's very good. iOS 12 really improves user experience. But OS can't change the fact that hardware inside this iPad Air is just outdated. So, real work like photo or video editing is still not possible on a device like iPad Air. But there is one thing I have never complained about, and that is definitely a battery life. Even after 5 years, battery life in iPad Air is better than the poor one in my iPhone 10. So I don't need to charge it twice a day like I usually need to with my iPhone 10. Don't get me wrong, iPhone 10 is the best phone I have ever used, but the battery life is just a joke. It has always been with iPhones. Because my iPad is now just very slow, I use it just for Netflix and that is all. So definitely iPad Air is not worth it in 2018 and it is actually just a piece of trash. I hope I would get a chance to replace it with newer model because iPads are still worth it in 2018. And I will tell you why in my next video. Thank you all for watching, stay tuned, bye. If you liked that video, feel free to subscribe and don't forget to click that bell icon to get you notified whenever a new video is ready.